Hello, everyone from the Pacific Northwest. It's so wonderful to see you all here with me today. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, the first question that I have for you, have you ever felt this draw from the stars, this sense of the stars kind of reaching out to you to make these connections with your heart, to really start to feel very empowered and expanded? Well, in this particular talk, I'm focusing on awakening miracles with the Blue Star of Sirius. So I'm going to go a bit strong on the galactic celestial side today as a way of exploring just how these upcoming astronomical and astrological events are going to be influencing how you feel and how the world feels right now. But at the denser levels of what's going on, of what we perceive as our 3D reality, is truly being overpowered. It's being overpowered by these current events in the sky if we can only allow ourselves to look up rather than looking down. When I'm looking at the human energy field, it's like I kind of do this mock-up of a pretend human, and this with a pretend aura and pretend chakras. And I intend that it be a representative of what's going on in the world. And we definitely could divide it up into the Western cultures and the Eastern cultures, or the Southern cultures or Northern cultures. But just for today, I'm just going to focus on in general. So this might apply to you, this may not apply to you. But what I'm seeing is this human energy field, and there's this lightness, especially around the sixth chakra, which is your intuitive, your clairvoyant chakra, this great clarity chakra. And as I talk a bit more about what's going on, it's going to make a lot more sense to you as to why that is, because we're really going to be working a lot in this full moon in Gemini that's coming up on December 15th. It's really activating our sixth chakra. It's a little cloudy up in our crown chakra, as this is how Spirit's showing me, like, do I go left? Do I go right? Should I look up to the stars, or should I look at reality? You know, whatever reality is for you. But there's definitely this clarity that's coming through for you. It's definitely going to get clearer over the next 3 days as we head towards this full moon in Gemini on December 15th. But we're not going to stop there, because this cycle, this kind of upgrade that we're going through, is going to be really strong over the next 3 to 4 weeks as we kind of head towards the end of 2024, and we're going to head more into 2025, where things are going to get really interesting. I'm really looking forward to 2025. So if you are new, well, if you've been following me for a while, welcome back. Thanks for all the love and support. If you are new to my channel, my name is Nancy Rebecca. I am a registered nurse, retired over 20 years now, and I am a psychic healer, and I teach psychic development. And just want to say that yesterday, our psychic mastery level 2 group just graduated after a year of intense studies. And so we're getting them all set up and ready to start being available for readings in about a month. So anyway, I'm super excited. Congratulations to all of you if you're listening in. So going back to this human energy field, it's like the fifth chakra is also getting activated. Telepathy is being much more activated. Our inner voice is being activated, but it's not a passive voice. It's a active voice, meaning sitting in the corner, reading a book and waiting for life to kind of come back to normal is really being put on the back burner. And there's less fear and concern about really speaking your mind and speaking up for what is truth for you. Why? Because I'm wearing my little galactic blue today as this celestial galactic blue frequency that's coming through in the Blue Star of Sirius and the night sky in December is really connecting to our hearts and connecting to our throats to activate knowing what's true and knowing what's not true, and cutting out the middle frequency of confusion. So it's about time that we started moving in that direction, right? So, but what I see in the rest of the body, kind of from the shoulders down, it's like this liquefying. I kind of think about it as the little larvae in the cocoon that's liquefying the caterpillar's liquefying before it shape shifts metaphorically into the butterfly to come out of the cocoon and take flight. So you are in this metamorphosis phase where there's parts of you on the inside that are liquefying. Now, let me just kind of jump in. I've had so much to share today, so I'm going to try to keep nutshelling it. But as a nurse, how does this impact you at the human level? Well, you can feel really achy. Your bones can feel achy. You know, when you were a kid, do you remember that when your bones were growing, sometimes they would hurt so bad that you just could hardly sleep? The other thing is our immune systems are taking a hit because our physical bodies are working super hard. So the ways that you can help support the hardworking cycle that your body's going through right now is it's metamorphosing. You know, like in the cocoon, it's going to rest. It's going to be inside its own little cocoon. It's resting as it's going through this metamorphic phase. So over the next few weeks, this is the hard part. For us in the West, we're through this holiday season. We're smack dab in the middle of it, getting gifts and trees and holiday parties and all of those things. And yet at the same time, we're heading towards the winter solstice, which is about the deep rest, the deep dark, the deep sleeping, and just, allowing yourself to have that rest time so that you can metamorphosize into who you are becoming. And so it can create a conflict, can't it? When you want to fulfill all the Christmas cheer, and yet at the same time, you're feeling quite overwhelmed and quite stressed. So getting sick, getting head colds, getting flus, all that are indicators that you are going through that metamorphic process. And your body, when it gets sick, it's a way of forced isolation and forced rest. So if you give yourself those rest times, then maybe you can bypass the body needing to get sick to get your attention. All right. So as you're metamorphosizing, I don't even know if that's a word. It's like this liquid black kind of old toxins from olden days. It's just draining. So what am I seeing now? It's like it's going to start draining and clearing out the chest area. And then it's just going to slowly move down until it completely drains out your arms and your legs and releases into the earth as the brightness, the truth of who you are as you go through this upgrade. I call it activation and upgrade. It's going to be pretty intense over the next few weeks, but we've got this. And this is the thing, what's going on in current events. I don't know about you, but I really stopped watching the news, and I just can't believe how much better I feel. And it's like the news, and I'm not cutting it out completely. I do my little snippets every day. I get my little 15 minutes worth to kind of know what's going on out there. But I remember, a few years ago, it seemed so head hurting loud, and now it's getting to be more of a distant rumble in the back of my mind. And so why is this happening? Because we are having this big celestial galactic event that is really starting to have us look at that higher, with the higher mind and the higher heart. So, all right, go back to my other notes. So you want to start to prepare yourself to get ready for an incredible experience. Because when tuning into some of these profound energetic dynamics, your intuitive senses are becoming much more beautifully attuned with you. So pay attention, start listening. I had someone the other day had such a profound coming together of so many synchronistic events that I don't even know how someone could interpret it other than truth. And still she said, is that just a coincidence? It's just like, how could you even say it's a coincidence? It's so accurate. It's falling together so clearly. So if that's coming up for you, if you're having those synchronistic events that are falling into place, please let yourself start believing that it's more than just coincidence, that the universe, that the spiritual realm, that your spirit is conspiring to really activate you and upgrade you in your intuitive abilities. So we're definitely attuned with cosmic forces, and we are in a period of expanding our consciousness. So there is the full moon on December 15th. We are having the winter solstice on December 21st. And December 15th is a potent amplifier. Full moons always heighten intuition and emotions. The winter solstice is right behind it. There's an overlapping of energies that will help you to go deep in your ability for introspection. Now, we do have Mercury in retrograde right now, and I can feel it lightly, but wow, yesterday there were all kinds of systems going down. Facebook wasn't working well, Chat GPT wasn't functioning. My website stopped functioning. I mean, there was about 5 different events. So I did ask if there were some big solar events. I haven't had time to look it up. So if there's anyone that's listening with me today, if you could please maybe just put a little note, or if there's a website that everybody can go look up to find out about these solar events, because we were taking a big hit yesterday, and I imagine today. And Pam Gregory, I had not had a chance to listen to her full moon in Gemini. And so I just was able to listen to the first 10 minutes this morning, and she was saying something about December 12th. So if I had not heard that. So if anybody has anything about today, the day that this live event is, some big events, expansive, explosive, energetic frequencies also coming through on the 12th, I would love it if you would kind of share that with all of our listeners. And so Chris is saying, yep, yesterday my energy was zapped. Oh, wow. Mine was too. By the time we got to the evening, I thought, I don't even know if I can talk. Oh, the 1212 portal. That would be great if, in numerology. All right. That would be great if you could add a little bit more about that. That would be wonderful. So overlapping energies, deep introspection, transformation, metamorphosis, because you are aligning with your connection to the natural cycles of Earth, not the unnatural cycles of the noise that's happening in the world right now. Really being called forth in your life to start following the natural rhythms of frequencies, of earth changes, of galactic changes. Start listening to that more, and listen to the noise less. We've been through times like this before. I know it's like you can't imagine that this is possible, but just go back through history and beyond 100 years, 1,000 years, and you're going to find out that there's been horrific times that we've come through in the past, and we have survived it. We have made it. We are resilient. We are strong. Do we want to be going through all this right now? No way. But again, the blue beings, the star beings, the ascended masters, they're all saying, look up, don't look down. And if you just want to see and sense how different you feel while you're listening to me, I want you to just look up and imagine like you're looking up to the cosmos, see how you feel in your body, and then look down at the earth. Of course, the earth is beautiful, but maybe some of the sadness or the grief or the turmoil, you look down at that. How does your body feel? So you may have to remind yourself, keep looking up. Okay, let's see here. So I want to talk about Sirius and the blue star miracle energy. So you all join me every Thursday, and every Thursday I do these little miniature meditations that might be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and when I really get going, 15 minutes. And most of you really love them. You're surprised that you can follow them, and you're amazed that you feel so much better. I'm having an event on the December 21st solstice. So where I view everyone in the group, we have hundreds of people that have already signed up, but view you as one energy field. It's going to have a very big galactic celestial flare to it, because for some reason the planet Sirius is really making a big presence on the world stage. And Sirius, I'll talk a little bit about Sirius, has been around since the ancient times. The ancient ones described the planet Sirius as the brightest star in the sky, especially during this time. And so there's an activation that's happening at the heart level. So Sirius, known as the dog star, has been revered in ancient cultures for its spiritual significance. So in ancient Egypt, it was associated with the goddess Isis. It's about renewal and abundance. It's also linked to higher wisdom, higher healing, and miraculous transformation. So when I talk about at the end of these calls, I do a meditation, and I am going to do a meditation today with Sirius and the blue star to give you just a little taste. But in this event that's going to go over a couple of hours, we're going to be really moving some energy. And if you've ever moved energy in a group, it's fantastic. So the link is in the body below. I encourage you to go ahead and jump in. Even if you can't make it, you can order the recording. All right. So renewal, miraculous transformation. Many people and the ancient ones believe that Sirius was a gateway and beacon of divine energy. So the connection some of you may be feeling, there's a sense that started coming up, I would say about a week ago, but what was challenging was I didn't feel very good. And I'm thinking, whoa, what's happening to me? And I don't even think anything really revealed itself, but it was like, you feel like you're taking those 3D punches. Well, then, so I've just been meditating through it, right? Just keep swimming. But then yesterday, it felt like I could see this blue, very blue, like my shirt. That's why I wore this top today. Deep, deep, deep in my heart chakra. And it just like a blue sparkler, sparks of light were coming off of it. And for me, it's not very big. So for some of you, it may be as tiny of a sparkling blue light in the center of your heart chakra, like a pinhead of blue light. And for others, your blue light's going to be the size of a dinner plate in your heart chakra. But what's happening here is that then I felt like the planet Sirius, the blue star of miracles, come down, touch my heart, and then my heart touched Sirius, and then Sirius, my heart to Sirius. And Sirius is the planet where the Sirians are from, the blue star beings that I communicate with a lot. And it has this it's a helix. I don't know if you say helical, is that a word? Anyway, it's got this way, it's 50-year cycle of kind of going around, and that's what it felt like. And so during the Winter Solstice event, we're going to really take advantage to amplify this for each person. And it's what I was told by the Syrians is that this deep inner core of this blue light is going to activate miracles happening in your life much quicker. So it's activating your ability to create and manifest your own miracles. Thank you for bathing in the elixir of gratitude. So let me just go back and talk about this December 15th full moon in Gemini. So Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and it governs thoughts, ideas, and communication. So remember, I said your intuition right now is taking a big leap. This full moon encourages open dialogue, sharing truth, and resolving misunderstandings. I was told a couple of days ago, I remember my teacher used to say 20 years ago, we're like impetulant teenagers in the world, as humans. And I'm getting this sense that we're growing ourselves up. We are growing ourselves up into our ancient wisdom that has always been there. Mental clarity. So again, really highly activated. And it's funny because I'm looking at you all out there. I'm looking at all the lights. And when I first started talking about the sixth chakra, I could see a little bit of gold. And now I see your six chakras are already shifting into this bright blue, which is quite larger and brighter than the heart chakra. But the heart chakra is going to become more active over the next several weeks. And then duality. So remember, Gemini is about the twins that emphasizes both sides of the situation. So we're really seeing what's going on with much greater clarity and hopefully not getting us triggered. It's not easy, but I hear the words say, see everything for what it is. When you're looking at it like, oh, what the heck? And it's like, what I'm hearing is that it's time for us to see everything for what it is, whether it's a manipulation from someone, whether it's someone trying to cut you down, whether you're having negative thought patterns. It's like, all right, you're trying to distract me from my galactic truth. You don't get to do that. So keep seeing things for what they truly are. This is going to get stronger and stronger through the year 2025. There also is the sun in Sagittarius promotes also thinking and big thinking ideas. We have the galactic center and the magnetic. Oh, I can't remember it. All right, if anybody can, the great attractor. So we have the great attractor and we have the magnetic center, I can't remember. Somebody can put those two things in there, but that's highly in Sagittarius. So it's being amplified by this full moon. And you've got Gemini, which is all about greater thinking and expanded mind. So none of you stand a chance of staying in the background. Everyone's higher mind, higher intelligence is being activated. Letting go. So this is a time, it's like, I'm going to tell you, let go of mental clutter. But if you don't know how to let go of mental clutter, just know that this kind of 1-2 punch of the full moon and the winter solstice and everything else that's going on is just blasting out mental clutter, and not just in your mind. You might have mental clutter in all of your chakras, and it can cause headaches and tension headaches. You're feeling a lot of pressure around your head. That is the mental clutter being broken up. But still, if you need to take something for your headache, or you need to get quiet and kind of turn down the lights a little bit, just support your body as it's letting go of the mental clutter. Thank you, Jenny, the great attractor in the Galactic Center. You guys are awesome. All right. And it's the last full moon of 2024. You are also in a phase where you're beginning to integrate higher levels of knowledge. Remember, we are upgrading. It's really happening. And so you want to take time to journal and reflect. Some of you may do full moon rituals. But that's not required to get the full benefits of the full moon. But yeah, take a little time on December 15th to make some notes and really amplify your dreams and desires. So let me talk a little bit about Sirius, because we're going to do a meditation. And in this meditation, we're going to do I'm going to call it a mock practice session. So a mock practice session is where you pretend like you're really in the situation, which we're going to pretend like we're really at the Winter Solstice event, going through the meditation together, hundreds of people meditating together. We're going to do a mock event where we're going to connect the blue light of truth with the blue star of miracles, so that you can have that experience. All right. So Sirius has been fascinating humanity for millennia, earning a place in mythology, spiritual traditions, astronomical observation, and ancient civilizations. Now, it is for some the belief, especially with the Egyptians' hieroglyphics, that the hieroglyphs came from the stars, that this ancient language of symbols came from another galaxy and was shared here, or maybe they lived here on Earth as we evolved into humans. It's hard to know. Yvonne and I were talking last night, and she was just like, what if this, and what if that, and what if this is real, and who said something about that? And I was like, yeah, there's a lot there, but I'm giving myself permission to not believe anything. Is it true? Maybe. Is it not true? Maybe. Is our politics collapsing? Maybe. Is it thriving? It might be. And so that's kind of my own little way of trying to stay neutral. It might. I'm not going to hang my hat on it, And so I'm taking all of this information in and really curious about how it's going to unfold. But Pluto and Aquarius, this just happened. It just happened. We're just the new babies in this rapid expansion of consciousness. So maybe we're going to feel better tomorrow. Maybe I'm going to be super psychic by next week. Maybe. Everything is on the playing field. Everything. Why? Because we don't have an instruction manual for this time that we're living in. We just don't. All right, so let's talk about this beautiful planet of Sirius. So Sirius, known as the dog star, is the brightest star in the night sky. It is part of the constellation Canis Major. Its luminosity and presence made it a celestial focal point for observation and reverence. The binary multi-star system, I did not know this until I looked it up. Sirius is not a single star, but it's part of a binary system. So you have Sirius A, which is the brightest bluish portion of that radiant light in the sky. And then you have Sirius B, which is more of a faint white, and it's smaller. And so combined together, you'll often see that bright sky, and you can see it now where the blue and the white are coming together. The ancient wisdom suggests awareness is around dualities of nature, which adds a layer of mysticism. And so I was talking to someone yesterday, and they said both sides can be true. There can be more truths, other truths existing in different frequencies at the same time. And it just depends on which frequency you're focusing on. But if you will allow yourself to say, maybe if I look at a different frequency, maybe I'll be expanded, or maybe I'll feel better, or let me look at this from a different perspective. So there could be multiple truths looking at the same thing. I mean, look here in the United States, we have this many people in our population view things one way, and many view things the other way, and both things can be true at the same time. So, all right. Let's see. Sirius is heliacal. That is a true word. Rising, it becomes is a critical marker for many cultures aligning with seasonal and agricultural shifts. So the Egyptians heralded it as the Great Nile was flooding of agriculture and welcoming in the new year, and the Greeks and Romans associated with the dog days of summer. So Sirius is considered a portal to a higher dimension. So some of you were talking about 1212, an opening portal. We have a full moon that's illuminating and enhancing the portal. We have another portal of Sirius being a portal, as well as the winter solstice, really expanding all of it, where the light starts coming back in again. And the temples and pyramids of Giza, of all the pyramids, were specifically built around these ley lines, these vortexes, and aligned with Sirius and Orion's belt to really amplify these things, to really amplify all of us. So, all right, are you all ready for a meditation to connect your heart with the heart of Sirius? So go ahead and get yourself comfortable. Let me just move take a sip of coffee. And so I love to teach through experience. I am an experiential teacher. I also consider myself a contrasting teacher, meaning you're going to go ahead and close your eyes, and I want you to touch into how you feel now. And then after the meditation, how you feel after the meditation. And I'm going to call this meditation the Blue Star of Miracles, because that's our focus during the winter solstice. So go ahead and close your eyes and take a moment to say hello to your physical body. Check in to see how your physical body's doing, because as it's going through a metamorphosis, a liquefying of old toxins. You just want to check in and make sure that you're supporting your body. And let your body know that you're going to expand potential at the inner core of your heart chakra. And let your body know that your intention is to really expand and soften, brighten, and lighten maybe some of the heavy areas that you may be holding in your body. So just let your body know you appreciate its willingness to let go and its willingness to heal during this great time of change. Go ahead and say hello to your higher self that also contains your higher mind. In this, heading into the full moon of Gemini, with the sun also illuminating of Sagittarius, it's all about crystal clear clarity of the higher mind. The lower mind can tend to think negatively, critically, judgmentally, the higher mind is choosing to look at each situation from an expanded spiritual view. Your spirit, your soul doesn't get too hung up on what's happening in the world. It's got a bigger job to do. And it's your spirit's bigger job to do is to keep you moving towards expansion, towards light. That's its focus. And so, but the body and your other mind can get really focused on the heavy denseness. So let's just choose imaginary playfulness and let's just play with some grounding to help your body to detox. And since we're going to be focusing on the blue miracle star of Sirius, Sirius is associated with a lot of water and high consciousness beings of whales and dolphins, as well as mermaids and octopus. So go ahead and let yourself pretend and ground with dolphin and whale energy, because in some writings it's believed that the whales and dolphins came from the planet Sirius and came into the waters on Earth to assist us in their frequencies. So let's just play and imagining that the whales and dolphins are swirling around, swimming around in this helix type motion all the way down to the center of the Earth and back up again. Imagine that you can feel the whales and the dolphins swimming all the way down and swirling all the way around the center core of the Earth, and then swirling back up again to embrace you, support your human energy field as the whales and dolphins call you with the sound to break up the old toxins and allow them to drain and dissipate in your grounding. Take a moment to just let go. If there's something that's bothering you, let it go. If there's something has you tied up in knots, let it go. If you're confused, doubtful, just keep dropping it down your grounding. And often, especially lately, a lot of people are like, how do you let it go? And it's as simple as, I'm dumping this. And you just pretend it's going to release right out of your aura, right into the earth. It's going to be recycled by the earth back into usable energy. Beautiful. So now let's imagine this blue light that's coming in, very similar to the color of my blouse. And this blue light of truth and frequency is going to come in, this blue star of miracles. So this blue light, blue whitish light coming from Sirius. And it's going to flow through the top of your aura, and it's going to flow through your body. And as it's flowing through, you might have little holes in your aura, little tears in your aura, little splits, maybe some gaps in your aura. And Spirit is saying this is just growing pains where you are expanding. And so your auric field may have little tears from that expansion as you bring through this blue miracle star of light to flow down your auric field. Let it activate, amplify, upgrade your auric field, your auric vibration and frequency of all your chakras to handle the higher frequencies and to heal all those spaces. Remind yourself of today's date, which is the date that you are either live or watching the replay. If any of the old energy pulls you to the past, just bring all of your essence into this present moment. Or if you're worried about the future, pull all your essence out of the future into this present moment and remind yourself of how old you are, your current age. Let it flow, let it flow. Just any toxins, just let it go right down your grounding. As I'm looking out there at all of you, I can see some congestion in the solar plexus that's a little thicker, a little more like a mucus. So just pretend that you can it's just like a ball of mucus. You're just going to dump it down your grounding, because the third chakra is what helps you to illuminate your soul's light throughout all aspects of your life. And if it's really sluggish and sticky, it can be not feel very good. So let's just dump that mucusy, inflamed energy down your grounding. Nice, nice. All right, now tune into your heart chakra. And your heart chakra is located in the chest area. It's all about your love and affinity for each other. And it's also about love and affinity for your ability to allow yourself to be loved. And there are so many ascended masters and angels and star people that are really loving us, helping to love us into wholeness. But inside, deep inside, allow yourself to feel and sense that little spark of blue. Now remember, for some of you, it might be as tiny as the head of a straight pen. And for others, it's as big as a dinner plate and everywhere in between. But pretend, imagine, feel, hear, see, know that blue spark of miracles is starting to awaken at the core of your heart. feel the blue, hear the sound of the blue, maybe even see the blue. But if you're getting nothing, just let yourself know that the blue is there. And I know so many are suffering, feeling a deep suffering in the heart, but there is that blue spark that is coming through for all of us. Now remember those blue, the whales and the dolphins that are a great representation of Sirius. Now imagine that these whales and dolphins are swimming around in this helix type motion, and they're going to help connect your light to the blue star of miracles, the light of Sirius, the brightest star in the sky. So pretend and imagine that the whales and the dolphins are going all the way up to connect with Sirius and then coming back down to help connect back with you. And so we're going to take just a moment of quiet as this connection back and forth between the core of your heart and the core of the heart of the blue star of miracles, the planet Sirius. Remember to receive the blue light back. I see many of you are, it's going up and out, but now allow it to come back to you. It is a cohesive relationship, not just a one-way relationship. And connect this back and forth, this beautiful rhythmic balance of blue light between your heart and the blue miracle star back to your heart. Beautiful. There you go. You're really allowing it to spark a brighter blue at the core of your heart. If it feels too intense, just ask the whales and dolphins to help you to ground stronger again, relieving pressure in your body. One more time, sending that blue star frequency back up to Sirius, and then from Sirius back to your heart. Remember, the whales and dolphins, through their sound and song and gentleness, can assist you. All right, for any of you who wish to stay in this space, I suggest you just take a moment to pause the recording to provide some quiet. Otherwise, I'm going to ask and invite the rest of you to come back present into the room where you are. Thank the whales and the dolphins. Thank Mother Nature. Thank the blue miracle star of Sirius. Go ahead and open your eyes and look around the room. And I would love to hear what your experience was. I can definitely tell that if we just practice this meditation over the next couple of weeks as we're heading towards the solstice, it's just going to enhance your high heart, your high mind even more. So again, the link for the Blue Miracle Star Winter Solstice event, you can read all about it by following the link. I promise you, you are not going to want to miss it. And if you have to miss it, I'm going to continue to be talking about it and doing guided meditations over the next few weeks. So you will still get to enjoy the benefits of the light. And even if you live in the middle of nowhere, you're still going to benefit from its light. All right, everyone. We are always more powerful together than we've ever been apart. I do have another video that will be coming out in a few days in regards to the energy frequencies of pyramids. On Monday, I'll have a video coming out on Are You a Merger? 10 top signs to know if you are the type of person that merges with energy and how to help correct that. And there was something else. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm almost at 30,000 subscribers. This is like a milestone for me. It's taken me almost 10 years, well, about 8 years to get here. I'm the turtle. My nickname is Turtle. I'm slowly building up. So if you've been listening and you love the channel and you've never clicked the subscribe button, please help me get to 30,000 subscribers. That is just such a major milestone for me. I don't know why. It's a head thing, but I appreciate it. All right, everyone, take good care. I will see you next week live, same time, same channel. All right, bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for being so supportive of me and all of our community.